Okay. So, a bit of a hassle getting the floppies from Newbury Comics. So, long story short, I'll do the whole. No, I'll do it all in one. Story time first, and then I'll get into the books. So, I have a 20%. I have a 20% off little card that I use, and if I put in not just the comics I put in a subscription, but every floppy that I get, these are floppies, and like something like this is a trade. This is a trade. These are floppies. Just like so I forget those of you who don't know, but I keep losing that train of thought. So I lost the card basically. Like a subscription. And the card itself, the subscription, they're like you can't because you didn't pick up anything from June. You didn't pick up the books in the folders since June. The card's going away forever. You can't get it anymore. You can't get 20% off on your books anymore. And that made no sense to me because and I was racking my brain thinking about it, and it still doesn't make any sense to me. No matter which way I put it, I construe it. No one told me about this. No one said, hey, your books, you gotta pick them up in the folder. I have been there every single month for the most part. I've taken like 2 months off here and there, a month off here and there. But for the most part, I'm at that same Newbury Comics every month, picking up floppies. I have given them almost probably over $1,000 just this year alone in floppies because they're so damn expensive. Why does that make any sense to screw me over like that? It's what it is. They screwed me over. That is insanely mean, honestly. To be like, oh yeah, you didn't pick up the book, so we're gonna screw you over. Like, no. That's not how that works. You tell me that, hey, pick up books in a folder, or else we're taking your little card away. In that's like your parents telling you, "Oh, we didn't tell you, but you weren't supposed to go to your friends tomorrow because we're planning something. Now you're grounded." That's exactly how much sense it makes. Like, oh, even though you told us you're going to your friends, we're grounding you because we have plans tomorrow. We didn't tell you, but we have plans tomorrow. You should have asked. Not even that, because you would have asked. Like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever at all. And I fought for it. I was not letting go. I was gonna throw a tantrum. No, I was gonna throw a tantrum. I was gonna start screaming at the lady because she's honestly kind of rude about it too. She's like, "Nope, I can make an exception. I can't. You didn't get the box charge since June." I'm like, how do you know? How do you know that? And how do you know? As I said, no one told me. Like, no, we did tell you. I'm like, oh, we did? Yeah, because you seem like you just started working here 2 months ago, not 5 months ago or more actually. Because it's June. I was angry. Like, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's in the same thing. But I got the card back. They were like, we gotta get the books monthly. I'm like, alright, well, I'm gonna talk to them about it next time. I'm gonna say, hey, I don't remember you guys saying anything to me because I would have remembered. It's not, as forgetful as I am, that is not something I would have forgotten. At least I don't think it would be. But anyways, let's get right on to it. First up is Frontiersman Lockup Special. Spoilers, there's some trades coming up after the floppies, and this is one of them, Frontiersman Volume 1. This is the only one that I needed that wasn't included in actually. At least I hope it wasn't collected in the trade. Pretty sure it wasn't. I'm almost positive it wasn't, because the newest issue came out, like, in May. Issue 3 of The Closet. 3 of 3. At this point, I might as well have gotten a trade, but no. I only had one issue left. Antioch is our Patrick Kinlan book, who also did, but he's in the same section then, who also did, Frontiersman. So, issue 1 and issue 2 of that series. I saw it, I was like, why not pick it up? I mean, I did that same thing with the book you'll be seeing pretty soon here. Because the author had wrote the book I liked, and I saw there's a new issue of this, of his new series. Dark Ride, issue 1. So this is, I double check to make sure I'm right. First of all, it's a second printing. Yeah, $3.99 for a 50-page book. See, Marvel, you can do that. This would be $6.99 from Marvel, honestly. Probably the same thing from DC. But Image Comics is like, we're gonna give you a discount. Actually, I got a discount too. But we're gonna only gonna charge you the same price as a, usually regular issue, which is kind of weird to me to think about. Because I mean, Saga, the newest issue, when that came back, that first issue, When it came back, I was thinking it was 53, whatever. That was $2.99, same price, was double size issue for the same price. But this is Joshua Williamson, and like it's pretty much it is the same creative team as Birthright, and which is kind of funny to me. It's nice to know because I always wanted to see more of that kind of artwork. It's kind of not that it's different, but it's like when I first saw Birthright. I guess again it was that first page primarily. I just did not think it was the kind of artwork that would go for that kind of book. But we shall see with this. I got issue 2 because that was out too. Philadelphia 24, the last issue I need until 25 comes out, which I don't think it was out already. I hope not, but issue 24. See, the whole reason why this next book is the whole reason why I waited until this week to go, and got Monstrous, but I was gonna just get Monstrous this week at Newbury Comics, but Skull Kickers issue 1, well, not issue 1, the 10th anniversary super special one shot. Now I don't know if this one I can just read right at the bat because I might just do that, but yeah, do Skull Kickers book. It was kind of weird to me to think that they do that kind of. It's kind of weird to me when they do stuff like that because it not that it doesn't make sense or anything like that. No, it's just the fact that like when it was the series was over and then you come back for like a one shot. Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo issue 1. Mark Silvestri artwork. And this is a book that was on not just hiatus, but no one ever thought was coming out. This was announced like I think 8 years ago, and it was gonna come out 8 years ago, and it never did. But we finally got it like 10 years later. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue 1. Decided to get the variant. This is the first. I think it's the Black Eyed Peas that writes this book, but it's overpriced. $4.99. It feels like the same size as an issue as any other issue. I know it's the $4.99 tax, the $1 tax. It's the first issue tax from Marvel, but at least gives you some extra book. It's usually like 34 pages first issue, and then the next issue is like 23 pages, and then it goes back down to $3.99. Well, a couple times here and there, because it doesn't feel like it's thicker. The Lost Hunt, Spider-Man: The Lost Hunt, issue 1. Another reason why, actually, I waited for so long, but the book I didn't think I'd be able to find because it was a long time since the series was out, and it was not usually good for having this series, and at least the second newest issue, which I needed. But issue 29 and issue 30 of Once and Future. This is ending this is the concluding the series. So 30 issues for Once and Future, and then that's it. Which is kind of nice to know. And not that I like. See, it's kind of a double-edged sword for me. It's kind of a double-edged sword for me that I like when the series is over, because that means I don't have to pick up the series anymore. I don't have to spend $3.99 per issue for that series anymore. But also, it's one of those things where, like, sometimes, like, I with Justice League Last Ride, or not just that, like a whole bunch of other books, I'm like, man, I could have gone over. I could have gone for a bit longer. There's still some story you could have told, so, you know, a double-edged sword. But I think 30 issues for Once and Future is enough. Time will tell. The Approach, this was the other one by an author, I got because the author. It's the same creative team, at least the same two writers as The Beauty, Jeremy Huon and Jason A. Hurley. And there was one that was by Jeremy Huon. I hope it wasn't The Approach, but it was free on Prime. It was a what do you call it there? What do you call it? It's the new thing there where they like, oh, here's some free books for Prime readers. It's like Comixology original. I don't think it was that. Again, I hope it wasn't. If it is, I'll just keep issue 1. I'll put it in the Mylar and pray that it becomes worth something in the future. It becomes a key issue in the future. The next 4 are all the same series because I needed to get 4 issues of this series. But it's House of Slaughter. Finally found this. Issue 7. issue 8, issue 9, and issue 10 of the Something is Killing the Children spin-off series. And Something is Killing the Children 26 comes out next week, I think. So, that's great to know. Alright, next 6 are all trades. They had a buy one, get... I don't know if I explained this in this cut, but they had a buy one, get one half off sale. Oh, that was... missing a trade. Floppy. Sorry, one more floppy, and that is Damn Them All by Simon Spurrier. Why did they not... Boom Studios says, if you couldn't already tell, I ordered them by publisher and Boom Studios, so I didn't lose anything. We got Damn Them All. This looked interesting. Simon Spurrier, again, another one where it's like, hey, I want more of this guy. Here's the news. This is his new series. Yeah, a bunch of floppies playing catch up. Alright, so next 6 are all floppies. Let's start with the first one, Frontiersman, because that was the one that I told you guys I had gotten. Revealed to you guys I had gotten. So this is $9.99. It's a volume 1, but there's no volume 2. There's no like issue 6 listed. Actually, is it issue 6? I guess issue. Yeah, 1 through 5. 1 through 5 of Frontiersman. Now, I almost bought this book with my own money. I almost bought this book on Amazon like a long time ago because it was like, oh yeah, I'll get this book. It sounds interesting. It didn't get the best reviews, but it also didn't get the worst reviews either. I think it was like a 3.2. Look it up right now. It was just $9.99. It looked like an interesting series. I'm gonna stop listening to I'm gonna stop letting Goodreads keep me from getting a book that even sounds interesting. Sounds interesting to me, just because actually 3.5, not too bad. But yeah, not that I'm saying that Goodreads is a bad place to go. Like they are buying or something. No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I feel like they have actually Snot Girl is a perfect example of a series that they absolutely hated, but I absolutely love. So sometimes you can't let other people say. Other people tell you what to get and what to not do and not to get. But they have been right before. They've been books that I absolutely hated and they absolutely hated too. But and you get something like Nubia the Real One, which is an absolutely awful book, one of the worst comics I've read, and it's at a 4.4 because of the it's a token black character, but we're SJWs, so all of the SJWs probably flock to the review and give it 5 stars and. And again, they're not the worst, it's just I don't exactly trust them too much anymore. But anyways, Frontiersman Volume 1. I don't think it's called anything. I think it's just called Volume. It's just called Volume 1. Collecting issues 1 through 5 of Frontiersman. Next one up is Rain Like Hammers. Collecting issues 1 through 5, surprisingly, because it's the same as Frontiersman, but double the size. But 1 through 5 of Rain Like Hammers. Now, I saw this book, like, a lot of times. I heard about the book. I didn't hear the best about it. But when you're only paying $9.99, and that's honestly, you can't exactly say no to that. The artwork, it looks a lot. I wonder if it's the same artist. Actually, I should be able to tell. Actually, I would be. No, it's not. But the artwork looks just like the feel of the book. It feels very Headlopper-y. It feels like a lot like Headlopper, that series, and the minimalistic artwork, like kind of Hellboy inspired, like very very little dialogue too, and it sounded interesting. Now this one I think says science fiction, and you hear a book like Rain Like Hammers, and you think more fantasy than sci-fi, but they say sci-fi. And again, I can't say for sure. I have not read the book, but I don't exactly go right to sci-fi. Yeah, it was a series I always saw, and I was like, especially this time that it was buy one get one half off. I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And I was like, it was at $9.99. I was like, okay, now I'm really checking it out. Next one up is another one I almost got on Amazon, and that is Ordinary Gods Volume 1. Now, spoilers, I didn't get issue. I think it's Well, this is 1 through 6 of Ordinary Gods. Man, pretty thick trade. Oh yeah, it's Karen Gillan said it was good. That was I remember that now. Because that was the whole thing. I was like, oh, I want to get that book because Karen Gillan said it was good. And Karen Gillan is like an amazing author, in my opinion. But anyways, as I was saying, I lost it. But it was almost a book I bought. I almost bought this I did buy it at Newbury. On Amazon. Jesus Christ, I cannot say that word. And then for the longest time I didn't buy it because issues 7 through 9 were out already. And I was like, okay, I have to be tied down to another series. But, again, it was a discounted price, this time at $8.99, so I'm like, I'm getting it. It sounded interesting to me. I think it did not get the best reviews. There's probably a really good reason why it's on sale already at Newbury Comics. This trade just came out not too long ago. But, again, it's also Kyle Higgins. He has not let me down at all. No. He's yet to let me down, like, severely. I'll probably check out his Cowl series next. The next two are also Kyle Higgins, and I finally got these. It's volumes 2 and volumes 2 and 3 of Radiant Black. Volume 2 collecting 7 through 12. I did have 7, 8, 9, and 10, but I got this one half off, so I've been the same price as getting those two floppies, so. And this way, yes, this way it does look on my shelf, because, sometimes I'll get, like for Department of Truth, I don't think I'm going to find those missing issues, so let's wait for the trade to come out. When that trade comes out, it's going to be 1, 2, 4 on my shelf. It's going to look very weird, but this won't. But 7 through 12 here, and then 13, so there's Volume 2, Team Up, collecting 7 through 12. Volume 3, Rogues Gallery, collecting Radiant Black, 13 to 18. Now, Radiant Black is also that series, like with, much like with Invincible, where there's 17 spin-offs of the series. There's Radiant Blue, well, not Radiant Blue, and I should probably already is, but Radiant Red, Radiant Pink, I think Rogues Gallery, but I think it's disconnected from it. There's that, there's, the Dead Lucky, which isn't a Radiant anything, it's just like a completely different series. And a bunch of other ones. The Cowl, they also count as a Masterverse. But probably for right now, yeah, I'm going to pick up more. I'm going to pick up Radiant Red when that comes out, but I'm going to, well, actually, yeah, I'll look up Radiant Red, because Radiant Red is a mini-series at least, so I'll just have to get that trade and then be done with it. And finally, the thickest book thus far, actually, I got this week at all. Ooh, I was not careful about that. The Mighty, but there's a thing here. I hate that. You can't see it here. Yeah. Again, now that one is actually kind of, like, understandable why I get upset about it, because it does look like it would, like, fall apart. Like, the back cover would come out. Yes, The Mighty by, Peter J. Tomasi. And this is another one of those another one of those deconstruction of the superhero genre. You know, it takes, the Superman idea. What if Superman was evil? You know, does another one of those. But coming from Peter J. Tomasi, who wrote one of, if not the best modern Superman story of Superman Rebirth, I think he'll write this pretty good. And I never get tired of that evil Superman storyline. Probably because I haven't read a whole lot of it. Like, I read The Boys, the first omnibus at least, and. You know, something, and then, because that's a 12-issue miniseries, I don't think I'm going to have the same issues I had with The Boys, in that it was very slow for me. But that is 1 through 12 of, I said 1 through 12 of The Mighty. But that, as I say, is that. 19 minutes. Alright, cool. Yeah, that was a bit of a hassle getting that. I'm glad I fought for it, though, to get back my, subscription back, because... Again, I'm really trying to rack my brain to think of any way that makes sense that, oh, you haven't picked up your book since June. They didn't even tell me. Like, I understand they told me, and I just said, okay, I'll do it next time, and never ended up doing it. But they told me, I think, twice in the entire time I've been doing it. And they would say, they would do this. They'd be like, oh, they'll just give me the folder. They just give me the folder, say, here's the books. And if I had, like, say, Damn Them All was there, I just take the one I picked up and put it back on the rack and pick up the one that they gave me. And there was a series like the Marvels. They gave me that. I was like, no, I don't want that series anymore. I'm too far behind on that series to get back on it. And like, okay, they were very agreeable towards that. I don't know what it was. And it wasn't the person themselves. At least I don't think it was. I mean, it could have been because when I was at Salem, the last time they had their the last time I went to New Comics, they had the buy one get one half off, and they couldn't do the 20% off of the floppies and the buy one get one half off for the trades all at once. They had to do 2 separate purchases. This time they were like, no, we can do all in one. So I don't know if it's like that where they just didn't know what they were saying, but I don't know. It's not. That's not something I think they get confused of. Maybe it's just the Salem Mall one that they can't do it there. With the Pheasant Lane Mall, they can do it just fine. Unclear, but I got my. It all worked out in the end, at least. Yeah, that might have that little nudge. It's kind of funny that like I would have gotten that at from Amazon and probably came in the same condition. But that's that. Probably next comic haul, I don't know when. If I get paid if I get paid tonight, from that search engine job I have, I'll probably be sending that tonight because I have additional gift cards ready. So it'll probably be Sunday unless it comes in now, which it wouldn't. Even then, I gotta wait for a knowledge panel thing to get that to 25. But we shall see. So I don't know if it's bi-weekly. I don't know if it's bi-weekly that they pay me. I thought that the other day. I was like, what if it's bi-weekly? I don't think it is. It's at the it's at the end of each week you get a $50 gift card to Amazon. I don't know, but that, as I say, you can say the same thing. All right, that's it. Hopefully we'll see you guys again soon for another comic haul. If not that, next week definitely a video for reading recommendations and then library haul. Definitely that. But that's it.